After doing your setup from the layers, you will now see it here. Then the next thing to do, in order not to forget, is to come to the file and quickly save these settings. You save it. Now, just as I told you, GIS and CAD design deals much of with archiving and locations of file. Remember, in the previous video I created a folder. Okay, so I'm about to look for that folder. You remember that yours is under what do you call it, the desktop. So I'll search for mine. Let me take my time to search for it. I think it was under download. Okay, here is it, UniJAWS. Mine is under UniJAWS. That was what I created. It depends on what you had created earlier on. Okay, remember that we saved this on our desktop. This is mine, UniJAWS. So I'll click on this, or double click on it rather, then you save it. I'll save the work as UniJAWS again. I'll click UniJAWS. Okay, let me click it on caps. Oh, sorry for that, it took me way back. Let me get back there. Now look at this here, save in UniJAWS. Okay, I'll click UniJAWS, maybe georeference. It depends on the name or the nomenclature you want to apply. Now once you hit on save excuse me, once you hit on save, you will see that when you come to the top left of your screen, you have UniJAWS georeference, and there you have it. You have done your first and most important setups. First of all, you coming to your layers to set your general. You set your unit, map unit in meters, your display in degrees, minutes and seconds. You come to your coordinate system and set it to WGS 1984 zone, either 31, 32 or 33, just as how it specifies in here. Okay, after that, let me go back. After doing that, the next step, and which is the most basic step, is to add up our raster image. So we have two ways of doing it. Let me show you the first. You just right click on your layers and add data. Okay, when you add data, you come to this window, or you can actually say, okay, connect to folder. Let's try to connect to folder first. You go to your desktop. Mine is not on desktop. My desktop is written under document. So what I will do is I will locate where I saved. Okay, what I'm trying to do in nutshell is this. Let me show us what I'm trying to do. Just a minute. What I'm trying to do is that, you remember that we had a file we created on my desktop here. Thank you, UniJAWS. Let's open it. You have it on your desktop too. Okay, after doing the whole process, I want to show us what has transpired so far. Remember that in the previous video on Google Earth Pro, we saved this raster image as UniJAWS. You save yours as your default institution name. We also save a backup file of that University of JAWS, which you have done yours. And then what we just did today is to save this file, this UniJAWS georeference. You can see it is here. So what I want to do is I want to add this UniJAWS raster image into this ArcGIS file on my ArcGIS. So let's go back there. Okay, now I will right click on the layer again, add data. I can choose to connect to folder. I'll say connect to folder. I will look for my PC, this PC. I'll go to my document. Under document, I think that's where, under download, let me check downloads. That's where my UniJAWS should be. Here you have it. You should have it there on your desktop. Yours is just to click on the desktop, you find it there. My computer has been tampered with some settings, so that's why I normally locate my desktop under downloads. Okay, so that's very easy. You should be able to locate this. Now mine is UniJAWS. You left click once and okay. Now it brings you up here. You can actually see that the name is UniJAWS JPEG and the type is raster data. Actually, GIS has been able to identify that JPEG image as a raster data. You see, that was why we were saying about raster data. Now when you come in, you have name, you have show type. You see the name is just blank, this cursor is blinking. What you need to do is just to left click on the image once. Please do not left click twice. If you left click twice, it will bring you up to the bands, and these bands are simply the color combinations for that raster image. So what you do is to go back, you left click once, and then you add the data. You wait for it to load. This will pop as that unknown special reference. It is true, this raster image, just as I explained, is not having a coordinate system. What we simply did was that we only saved it from a platform of Google Earth Pro that has a coordinate system, but as we saved it, we only save it as an image, a raster image. So it's showing you that it's lacking reference system. Okay, so what you do, and again, it means that you can actually start working on this image like that, but it means it's not on real-time scale with what is obtainable on Earth. Okay, so I will just hit on OK. Now there you have it. This is the raster image of the University of Jos from Google Earth Pro. You can see the level of quality. So what I advise, what I do a little trick in order to enhance the color quality. I will come to this Unijust. Note that there is an operation we can do here. You can zoom in and zoom out by scrolling the wheel on your mouse. Once I uncheck like this, the image disappears, and if I check back, it comes back. Okay, now supposing that I was working, then all of a sudden my image got missing, or gets missing rather. What you simply do is to right click, you come to this. Okay, you can actually come to the screen here, you right click once and you click on zoom to layer, or once it disappears again, you can also do this. Supposing we don't see it, you can come to Unijust, you click on at the top, right click, and then you say zoom to layer. It brings you back here. Now I want to show up something here. We have this table of content. We have table of content by list by drawing order, list by source, list by visibility, list by selection, list, and then you have options. Please note that if yours is here, you have trouble, always leave that by list by list by order. Okay, so what you do next is come to Unijust with that default institution on your own PC. You right click and then come to properties. You come to properties, let's allow it to load. Then you come to display. What I do is normally I set my contrast to 20 in order to enhance the color. You just apply, and then there you have it. It enhances the color, the green, the reds, the whatsoever color, it does that. Okay, now after doing this, you should note that you have to periodically saving your work on ArcGIS. So what you do is you come to file and you hit on save. Once you've worked, you feel that you've worked for a lot, or you just do Ctrl S, you should be saving your work intervally. If not, there are times that the GIS, because the GIS can get bugged and then log out by itself. You can just decide to turn off the screen, and then whatever work you've produced on your GIS, you now discover that it's gone. You have to start all over. And just imagine that you are having just 2 days to your presentation. You have done a master plan of a huge district. You should know that you are in real trouble. Okay, so you should be saving that periodically. Okay, now just as you say that this is our tool menu, and then the tools bar that we unchecked, I'm about to start clicking them now. So what you do is you right click on your screen. The first one we'll click on is we'll look for georeference. You look for georeference and click on it. Okay, you can actually highlight, you can do some settings. Remember that yours can be on the screen like this, more especially if it's your first time using ArcGIS or ArcMap. Once you hit on a new layer, you right click here, it pops into your screen. So what you do is just you come to this ash or gray portion and double left click, it brings it back here. Now if you see georeferencing, you see that you have University of Jos, so that's Unijust JPEG. Okay, that is the most important thing. Any raster image you add into GIS or ArcMap, it always saves here. So it means we can actually assign geographical reference system to this image. Now here is where you have add control point. This is what you have: auto registration, you have select links, zoom to selected links, delete links, viewer table link, and the rest. Okay, this rotate and